Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me as always is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is November 11th, 1999. Happy Armistice Day, everyone.
Happy Armistice Day, you weirdo. Happy Veterans Day.
It's commemorating the end of World War I.
And yet, everyone else calls it Veterans Day.
Which ended on 11/11 at 11:11 a.m.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's Armistice Day. We have a...
Lay some knowledge on us, Grandpa.
We have a day for veterans. It's Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm. And Veterans Day.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, welcome to the 90210 show. We watched an episode, Baby, You Can Drive My Car.
We did. It's kind of a weird name for the episode following the last episode where Steve's car got trashed.
I know. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, is this going to have to do with Steve's automobile or Steve getting a new Corvette or something?
But no.
But no. It's, I mean, I guess they do swap a little bit, some of the people. They do some partner swapping.
They do.
Not in the fun way. But
you think that'd be fun, huh?
what? To
Partner swap?
For the people on 90210? It'd be interesting.
Okay.
Not us. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. What are you saying, sir?
Mine's in the gutter. Who would we even swap with?
I don't know. I don't know any couples.
Well, the problem is like we'd have to, if we were going to swap, we'd have to find a couple where you find the guy attractive and I find the girl attractive.
But I'd also have to find the girl attractive.
Why?
Because there will be things that will happen.
So this is more than just full swapping. Okay, I got it.
I guess so. Anyway, now to a no. There was no partner swapping.
I would think we would just find a girl.
Okay.
We don't need.
Well, we've already done that.
We don't need the guy.
We've already found a couple girls, honestly.
Yeah.
Not like that though, people. No. I just mean, you know who you are, ladies.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about 90210.
We had some mimosas today before we recorded.
Let's talk about 90210.
Happy brunch. Yeah. 90210. So Steve and Janet.
Yeah. Janet's going nuts.
She really is. But I mean, I feel like it's probably normal, pregnant, crazy lady nuts, not.
Especially because she's trying to plan a wedding at the same time.
Yeah, that's got to be a lot.
Yeah.
Baby shower, wedding, nursery, all of it. So Steve comes in and finds her on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Like she's been painting the nursery and she's painting it green and she says green is the most calming color and like...
It's not though. Blue is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but that's what she's saying. And she's like done, like the border is everywhere. Like she has border on the top, border on the bottom. It's like she's ready to border the middle of the wall.
I think she started to.
And she's like, I went a little crazy with the duck borders. And he's like, let me take this. And she's like fucking vice gripped onto the paint roller. Which, by the way, she's not even supposed to be painting. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's very pregnant. You're not supposed to paint.
Yeah, those fumes are not good for the baby.
Right.
Steve, step up and do some shit.
Yeah, well, apparently, I guess he does in this episode.
I guess.
But he's like, I have an idea. And the next thing we know, they're all gathered together. All the friends are gathered together. Now, prior to this, what's her name? Kelly is pissed off at Gina and Noah because, as revealed in last episode, what's her name? Jackie knows about Mel going to the strip club. And she has kicked him out.
Yeah, so she is like done with him, divorcing him. He's out of the house. It's over.
David's like, because she says something to David, and David's like, it's Mel and Jackie. They break up and get back together all the time. Like, it'll be fine.
And then they're at the Peach Pit.
Mm-hmm.
Who walks up and says, like, David?
Gina.
Yeah, and David says, well, Gina, my daddy went to the strip club and got a lap dance, so Kelly's mommy kicked him out of the house.
Right. It's really weird. And so, yeah, she's all pissed off. And then Gina's like, hey, I wasn't alone in this venture. Why don't you talk to the other person?
Which is Noah.
Yeah. And so she gets all mad at him, too. Now, I think it's implied that Mel was inquiring about how much it would be to have sex with one of the strippers.
Is it? Is it implied?
I think she said something about that. Like one of the girls told her that he was like asking for pricing or whatever. But I mean, maybe he's just comparison shopping.
Maybe.
But all he actually did was go to the strip club and have a drink. He didn't even get a lap dance.
But
Not that we saw.
somebody said he did. David's
Okay.
like, all he did was get a lap dance. I think it was David.
Now, let me ask you a question. If I went to a strip club without telling you and got a lap dance, would you be like, we're getting divorced?
I would not be like we're getting divorced, but I would not be happy. I would feel betrayed.
Yeah.
I would feel like you were like on the border of cheating.
Interesting.
I mean, if there's a strip club and there's lap dances, I want to be involved.
Right.
So, just saying.
But anyway, so that whole situation's going on. So there's really only one storyline to go through the entire episode, but that's the backdrop for some of the tension. Mm-hmm. So they all get together at the Peach Pit, and Steve's like, we're having a fucking... It's Steve, Nat, and Janet all on stage. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're having a fucking road rally.
Scavenger hunt. It really is more of a road rally, though, because they have to get in their cars.
Right. So, here's all the clues and stuff like that. You get a big box of clues. You got to go places, do things, and then we're going to have a party. And Steve's like, we decided to wrap everything up in one. So, like, baby shower, bachelor party, wedding shower, all that stuff. It's all going to be one party. So, that's where we're going to end up.
So they're doing all these clues at the different locations to try to wind up at the after party. Mm-hmm. These are some fucked up things they have them doing, though. They're going to a lady's house to steal her Christmas decorations off her yard.
Right.
And
do you want to go in order?
I don't remember what the order is, so...
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first place they go is the printing place. Because it's like... It's some stupid thing like, no one can duplicate Steve and Janet's love, but this place might try. This place, and they give the address, might try, and it's like, that's not really a clue. That's just saying go to this address.
Right. But then they have to make a calendar of body parts.
Yeah, it's weird, too, because typically when you do like a road rally like this, you let the people that own the businesses know, like, hey, we're doing this, and everything. But nobody seems to know.
But they have, like, clue buckets and stuff set up at places, so they have to know.
Yeah, it's so weird. But anyway, like, he goes, they're like, where do we make a calendar? And he points to just a copier. Mm-hmm. It's like, there's copiers everywhere. So, I don't know, it's weird. But, yeah, like you said, it's a body part calendar. One body part for each month. And they were like bonus points for your butt.
Ridiculous.
So
immature.
It starts out, they get broken up into teams. It's Tori Spelling, what's her name? Donna and Matt. And then
weird pairing.
Gina and Dylan get paired together. And then Noah, David, and Kelly.
That's stupid. Right. I mean, that's really stupid.
So the three of them all get paired together in one car. And Donna, I feel like this has been well established, but I can't point to another episode where this was the case. But I feel like this was very in character for her. Like, I feel like I knew this about her before she displayed this. She wants to win. She's like ultra fucking competitive. Mm-hmm. And I can't point to a specific episode and be like, oh yeah, she was really competitive here. But I felt like when she did that, I was like, oh yeah, that's Donna. She's very competitive. So I'm sure that they've established that before.
Yeah, probably.
But they get there, and her and Matt, they both photocopy their butt. And, like, she's standing on top of the copy machine. It's, like, a bunch of stuff that you would never do.
Never. Like, and they wouldn't allow that. Like, you could really hurt the machine, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like, I know Tori Spelling in real life weighs, like, 70 pounds. But, like, you shouldn't be standing on copy machines.
No.
It's not tempered glass. It's just regular glass.
So, yeah. So they make the calendar. And then on the way out, they run into...
Noah and Kelly and David.
David's in the car still, or no? David's
No,
there?
they're
Okay.
all coming, and
Are they?
and Noah's the entire drive there. While they're going there, Noah and Kelly have been like sniping back and forth at each other. Well, I mean, Noah's not doing a lot of sniping, but Kelly's like, "Oh yeah, you know, fucking with your extra money and strip club and tempting people," and he says something like, "Well, this is later actually," but they get there and David's like, "Hey, why don't we like switch because Noah and fucking Kelly are not doing well together."
Right.
And so she's like, "All right," so she goes. It's Noah. It ends up being Noah and Matt, and she ends up going with David and Donna, which is a better pairing, honestly.
Yeah. Agreed.
And so they end up going to the place to steal the decorations.
And it's bizarre because it seems like this woman feels like she's being robbed because she's looking out the window like, what are you doing?
Right.
And there's a thing stuck to the side of her house.
How did she not know that?
Like, did they seriously do that in the middle of the night without telling her? Like, I don't understand.
Matt says, "Oh, I sense a felony or whatever," because they talk about getting the Christmas stuff. But it's like, I mean, it would be a misdemeanor. It is theft, but it would be a misdemeanor,
Right.
not a felony. But it is fucked up. And then, like, in the clue, it's like, knowing we're going to return the stuff, so don't worry about it. And it's like...
I don't know.
It's still fucked up, though.
But this lady catches Donna and then starts having, like, a big old heart-to-heart. And
Yeah, because she's like, well, we're doing a scavenger hunt. She's like, I met my husband on a scavenger hunt. And she's like, are you going to win? She's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking win. And it's like they're built from the same cloth. So that by the time that Matt and Noah get there, the woman shouts from inside her house, "You'll never beat my girl, Donna!"
ridiculous.
So it's like she just doesn't care anymore.
Like, I would totally care. If people were stealing stuff off my lawn, I'd care.
But I guess they told her, we're bringing it back. It's just for this thing.
I don't know.
So we'll make it all nice again and stuff.
Weird.
But yeah, it is totally weird. But so they go there, and then the next place is a mattress place. And Dylan has to dress up in, like, long pajamas. Like,
He's the only one that does this.
I know. Like,
So what happened? What did we miss
I know.
that he is dressed like this?
We just see one, like, person at every location, basically. So it's like, it's the laziest fucking montage of things. It's so dumb.
But yeah, he gets a picture
With the manager.
on the bed.
Who also doesn't know what's going on. And he's like, it's against policy to lay in the bed. And it's like, I don't know. I've known people that worked at mattress stores, and they're allowed to lay in the beds.
Are they allowed to sleep in the beds?
I don't think so, no.
And isn't that kind
You
of
can't
a
have
fine?
sex in the bed.
Isn't that kind of a fine line though? Like, yes, you can lounge on the bed when you're selling the beds, but you can't sleep in the bed. How do you really know if they're sleeping or lounging?
How are you going to sleep at work, though?
But people do.
I guess. But anyway, so they get a picture with him and everything, and then the clues underneath the bed. I don't know how he missed it. And then I think that's it. I think those are the only 3 locations
No.
they go to.
Because there's the whole dog thing.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I'm not saying that's it for the story. I mean, I think those are the only 3 locations they go to.
Okay.
On the way from the mattress place, I think, they end up, because that's the thing, is, like, everyone's arguing. That's because everyone ends up switching teams. Gina sees a dog walking across, just a dog at the crosswalk, by the way, like it knew.
It's a trained dog.
Just
very
walking across the
well-trained.
street. And she says to Dylan, "Oh, we got to go get that dog. Like, it's supposed to bring it back to the hotel and feed it." And he's like, "I'm not bringing the fucking dog to the hotel. What are you talking about?"
I've got to be on his side here. Like, just leave the dog alone. This is not your responsibility, and it's fine.
Yeah, the dog looks okay. Like, whatever. Like, But she's like really wants to go back and get this dog. So they are at the woman's house stealing stuff. And that's when they do the next switch, which is David says, "Hey, I'll go get the dog with you," or whatever.
Yeah, so she hops in the car with David and leaves Dylan behind.
Yeah. And Dylan eventually is like, because what's her name? Kelly's like, because he ends up going with Kelly and Donna then instead. And Kelly's like, "What about Gina?" And he's like, "All right, we can get the fucking dog." And she's just like, "Whatever, forget you." And she goes with David. And they go get the dog and take it to the vet.
And then they're like doing a whole exam, and David's like, "Okay, let's go." She's like, "No, we gotta wait and make sure it's okay." How long do they sit there and wait? And yet they show up at the end of the scavenger hunt at the same time as everyone else.
Right. And it's like they're supposed to, yeah, it's so weird. But they sit there for a while because we see the other teams do other stuff. And yeah, they sit there for a while, and then eventually the person comes out and she's like, "Yeah, we saw, he has a tag, so we know who owns it. She's coming to pick up the dog." And Gina's like, "No, you're not letting it go with just some asshole that let the dog wander off or whatever. I'm taking the dog. Here's my number. She can call me." And the vet just lets her
Crazy.
Ostensibly kidnap this dog.
Yeah, that would never happen. So where do they end up with this dog?
The dog was in the car, she said. So they just left the dog in the car, by the way, too, which is also not good.
No. Dicks.
But anyway, so they all end up at this like archway kind of thing. And it's like
A gazebo.
yeah. And it's like, "Hey, plug these lights in." "Oh, all the lights that we stole or whatever." And "Hey, guess what? It's Steve and Janet's wedding."
Yeah.
So this was the whole thing. They made them do this scavenger hunt so they could pick up things for the wedding. It's really weird. And he's
very
like,
weird.
"I hope you don't think that we tricked you into coming to our wedding." They were invited anyway, right?
Right.
But the parents aren't there, noticeably.
Well, they talked about it at the beginning of the episode. Like, Janet's parents aren't even talking to them. Steve's dad's on some singles cruise, and his mom's on location or something.
Right.
Like,
It's all, it's basically like we don't want to pay for these extras here for these other people again.
so, yeah, so they have their wedding. It's very sweet and cute, and they're all like... What?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, they get overwhelmed by emotions and take over talking for each other, and it's cute.
I said something like, I was going to say what I thought of the wedding, and you were like, let's wait to talk about it.
So go ahead.
Well, I mean, I thought it was like, it was one of those rare instances where I thought the show actually works. Like it did, because the woman that plays Janet and Steve are both pretty good actors.
Yeah.
And I thought they did sincerity very well. So I enjoyed it.
And at the beginning of the episode, she was talking about how she didn't want to be a lumbering bride because she didn't like being, pregnant and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that would have to be difficult.
So I think, I think it made sense for them to go ahead and just do it with a small group right then instead of waiting.
But it's kind of like a surprise for the audience, too. I did not expect this to be their wedding episode.
For sure. So, yeah, it was cute.
What did you think of it?
It was cute.
Oh, okay. That's what you wanted to wait to say? Okay.
I don't remember if I had any, greater, deeper thoughts. I just know that, generally speaking, it's best if we wait to discuss things until we're recording.
I see. All right.
But
while they're at the vet, I forgot to mention this too. Janet's all, or not Janet, Gina's all like, "Oh, like David or whatever, like blah blah blah," and he's like, "Yeah, okay," and like she's trying to be kind of flirty with him, I guess.
She's being very flirty with him, and he's like, "I don't want to hear it. I don't want any part of this."
Yeah, he doesn't want to play the game, and he's like, "I know that you'd rather be here with Dylan, so it doesn't matter." Mm-hmm. And then when they're at the wedding, she says something like, because Dylan, oh, that's right, when they're at the wedding, or afterwards maybe, when they're at the hotel, she's talking about, like, "Dylan, I'm sorry that I wasn't trying to force my way into the hotel and, like, live with you and everything. It's just, like, I felt like if we were closer and did more things together, the sooner we could be like Janet and Steve." And he's like, look, I don't know that we're ever going to be like Janet and Steve. I don't want to lie to you. It's just, this is just fun or whatever. And she's like, fuck you, and leaves.
Yeah, it is exactly what he said to her. That's awful. That's awful when you're in what you think is a serious relationship.
Well, because she clearly wants more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fine to just be in a relationship to have fun, but both people should be on board with that plan.
And she is not.
No, she thinks this is something deeper.
It's not. It hasn't been. I don't know why she thinks it is.
And she calls David, and she's like, let's go out tonight or something like that. And David's basically like, look, I don't want to fucking go out tonight with you. I want to be more than friends. I don't want to go out tonight with you and then have you go back to him in the morning. Like, I'm just not into that shit.
And then we see them in bed together at the end of the episode. So apparently she decided to prove to him it was more than friends.
I guess so.
But you said she didn't look into it.
I mean, she kind of like, I don't know if this was purposeful or what, but she was sort of like, he's kissing her and everything, and she's kind of like looking off to the side, and it just doesn't like, she's not conveying a lot of like passion or pleasure in her face. And I don't know if that's on purpose for her. She looked somewhat distracted, and I feel like that was a purposeful choice.
Yeah, maybe. I hope she doesn't hurt him.
I feel like it's a signal that this is not going to work out the way he wants it to. I don't know, but that's what it seems like.
I mean, it would definitely be on brand for her to hurt him. It's what she's done every other time.
For sure.
So,
they also, Kelly and Donna's basically like to Kelly and Noah, look, you guys got to fucking work your shit out or whatever. And so they're talking, she's yelling at him and everything. And he's like, look, none of these women were forced there. They all were there because they wanted to be there. No one was victimized. And he's like, there's a bunch of women that like this woman, Trina, she she's has 3 kids and she's working to try to, put them through school and everything. And it's nice because she has her days free where she doesn't have to put them in daycare and she can take care of her kids and everything and just work nights and everything. And then, so Donna's talking to him later and Donna's like, yeah, like Trina or whatever. He's like, Trina doesn't fucking exist. She's like, what? And he goes, yeah, you ever see that movie with Demi Moore? The Striptease, the movie that we did. He's like, yeah, it's from that. Like, there's a girl. I just, he goes, I mean, there are Trinas that exist. Like, I don't know one, but he's like, you told me to make her understand or whatever. So I told her that, and Donna looks fucking betrayed.
Mm-hmm. Well, she obviously believed him.
So I think this is going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think her and Noah are going to break up.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And David's going to be with Gina now. So Donna's not going to be able to get with David when she wants to. And it's gonna, I think at the very end, at the last episode, it's going to be Donna and David and Kelly and Dylan.
Probably, yeah.
But they're not going to do it until the very end.
Oh, yeah, because Dylan also mentioned, before he broke Gina's heart, he was like...
Oh, yeah, Kelly in her wedding dress.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, yeah, Janet looks fine or whatever, but you look better in your wedding dress.
Yeah.
And she's like, she comes to see him and she's like, there are no pictures of me in my wedding dress. And he's like, yeah, well, I saw it. And she's like, she doesn't believe him. And he goes, it was a white dress.
Low cut.
Floofy
dress.
And she's like, you just described every wedding dress ever made. And he's like, your hair was up and curly. And so and she's like, what the fuck? Why were you there? And he goes, I came last minute to, someone's...
Hi, neighbor.
Yeah. Hi, Dylan. Remember when Dylan used to ride a motorcycle? Right. He's like, I came last minute. I saw you, going down the path or whatever. So this must have been right before her and Brandon saw each other when they were, sneaking out or whatever. And he's like... And I decided to leave because you were marrying somebody else.
And he didn't want to watch it.
It's just a nice, I guess, just a way to... It's, obviously retroactively. Mm-hmm. They never planned on him being there. Because they didn't know he was coming back to the show.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's a hint that they're going to get together. He's like, weren't you going to Matt's house or whatever? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And, like, I'm sorry, but she should have just fucking kissed him then instead of going to Matt's house. Because weren't her and Matt on the outs?
Kind of, yeah.
Just stay on the outs and go to Dylan.
Yeah, just get Matt off the show.
So frustrating.
Yeah, and who's David going to end up with?
Donna.
Steve's got some... Oh, yeah. David and Donna and...
Steve's with Janet.
Steve's with Janet, and so that's everyone, right?
So that would leave Gina and Matt single.
Gina, Matt, and Noah.
So maybe some combination. Hey, a throuple.
There you go. Matt and Noah can double team Gina.
I mean, honestly, they're the end of the show additions. They can get cast off.
Right. They don't need to end up with somebody. But yeah.
No, we need our people. I'm looking at the season 1 poster we have up here. We need David and Donna and Kelly and Dylan.
And we'll just imagine that Brandon and what's her name? Andrea got together.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Brenda's off by herself in Europe, but I think she's happy smoking, whatever.
I agree. Happy in Mallrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll end up with Brody. He just they both of them like come to the end of the show.
What a thought.
Jason Lee and her are in the last episode. Anyway, what did you think of this episode?
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was kind of shitty, but saved by 2 things.
Okay.
Saved by the wedding, the surprise wedding, which I thought was nice that it was a surprise, and I thought it was a sweet moment, and saved by David and Gina fucking at the end. I thought those 2 things made it, and the montage of the scavenger hunt was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually excited to see next episode, though, to see the fallout of what happens with everything.
Yeah.
But that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own mattress.
You can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.